We are getting reaction to breaking news out of the Supreme Court. Within the past 2 hours, justices handed down a series of big decisions in two cases that we've been following closely. First, in the much-awaited Birthright Citizenship decision, the Supreme Court handed a major win to the Trump administration, ruling nationwide injunctions exceed the power Congress has given district court judges. And secondly, the High Court issued a decision on a Montgomery County, Maryland case, ruling parents can pull their children from public school lessons that use LGBTQ+ storybooks. Joining us now from the Supreme Court to break down both of these cases is our digital investigative reporter, Jordan Fisher. And Jordan, let's start with the Birthright Citizenship case. Can you help us understand essentially what the justice's ruling means?
Yeah, Simone, you said it correctly earlier, right off the top for the justices today, and something they had telegraphed is an end to what's known as nationwide injunctions or universal injunctions, which is the ability of individual federal court judges around the country to place restrictions across the country on what the government can do, how the government can enforce its policies. This is going to be a major shift in how the judiciary and the executive branch interact with each other. It is, as you said, a significant win for the Trump administration. The president himself lauded the victory during a press conference earlier today. Here's what he had to say.
In practice, this meant that if any one of the nearly 700 federal judges disagreed with the policy of a duly elected president of the United States, he or she could block that policy from going into effect or at least delay it for many years, tie it up in the court system. This was a colossal abuse of power which never occurred in American history prior to recent decades.
All right, Jordan, let's go ahead and talk about the ruling in the Montgomery County Public Schools case. What did the justices say here about allowing parents to opt out of LGBTQ+ books?
Right, again, a decision that the Supreme Court's conservative majority had telegraphed was coming. It's in line with other decisions that they've made in recent years, expanding the religious rights of American citizens. Here you had a group of Montgomery County parents who had sued the school board over a policy that did not allow them to opt their children out of LGBTQ+ inclusive curriculum. The Supreme Court said not allowing them those opt-outs was a burden on their religious rights, their First Amendment rights. The Supreme Court said the schools need to do this. Now, the challenge was filed by Montgomery County parents, but this is going to affect schools nationwide. We've already heard a statement from the Montgomery County schools saying it's going to be a significant challenge for them. They're going to see, how they can do what they believe is correct and important for educating their students while complying with this ruling going forward.
All right, and you said it, the president calling this a giant win, and he's saying the administration will proceed to file policies like ending birthright citizenship and ending sanctuary city funding, among other things that the president noted this afternoon. Jordan Fisher for us today, thank you.